When Alien came out in 1979, it terrified the world and introduced what would become one of the most iconic movie monsters. Following it up in 1986 was Aliens, an action sequel that couldn't be more different in direction but gave the world of Aliens so much more depth and gave fans something to argue about over which movie was the better. Following up not one but two amazing works of cinema is a daunting task. The second dodged the dreaded rubbish sequel bullet. Could the third do the same? Well, one bad sign is right as the movie begins. Logic takes a break with the presence of an alien egg on the Sulaco. How it got there? Fans and film critics have tried to explain it, but I think the best reason I can find is it was written that way. Someone decided that another Alien movie meant that it had to take place immediately after the last, it had to have Sigourney Weaver playing Ripley in the lead role, and every other character that survived the second movie had to die immediately. Now, that doesn't guarantee a bad movie, but it certainly doesn't help to disregard and simply remove memorable, powerful characters. There are enough characters introduced in this movie, and they are written in memorable, unique ways, at least on par with previous films. Of course, Alien 3 takes place on a prison colony, so the characters in question, while memorable, are a little more difficult to identify with.
I'm a murderer and rapist of women.
Wait, in that order?
Really?
While I felt like I knew the characters from Alien on a personal level, and those from Aliens as well,
All thieves,
I'm
rapists,
pleased that I don't really
murderers,
know too
child
many people
molesters.
like those depicted in
All
Alien
scum.
3.
Listen to me, you piece of shit. You screw with me one more time, I'll cut you in half.
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand.
In terms of horror, I'm actually very disappointed in this movie. The first one set the bar so high it's really hard to match. But the second, while mostly action, did sustain a healthy amount of horror elements. What really helped the first one was suspense, the build-up to the scare. Alien 3, however, seems to try to go right for the scare and skip the suspense altogether. Everything just seems to go too fast for its own good. By the time you realize the alien has entered the scene's over and you're watching exposition. The movie does a good job in depiction of the alien itself, however. Like previous films, it expands on the xenomorph further. How to do that with but one alien, you ask? Simple. Alien 3 introduces us to the runner alien, colloquially referred to as the dog alien. This small, simple addition opened up a whole new world in various alien-related fiction. The Predalien, for instance, owes its existence to the creation of the runner alien in this movie.
But the others were afraid of fire. Not much else.
As good as the writing is, though, even not taking into account how the horror elements are done in such a way that they defeat their own purpose, I find it hard to feel much like sitting down to watch this movie nonetheless. As a whole, the setting and events work to make a film that is very depressing. As I must give this a rating, I'm gonna have to say it's a mere 2 facehuggers out of 5 for horror, and 3 dead friends out of 5 for emo quality. Overall, I'd recommend anyone interested in the Alien universe to see this movie at least once, but I can't say it's something you'd watch over and over like the others.
Sit down.
I think it might be better if I left. I find you unpleasant to be around.
You do.
Next, we'll bring the Xenomorph back from the dead for the review of Alien Resurrection.